In this exercise, we're going to create the base for our shed. So to begin with, we'll use the rectangle tool and we'll lay it on the floor. Start at the origin, clicking here, and we'll pull it out, and we want to make it 10 feet by 10 feet. So we type in 10, a single quote, a comma, that's our first 10, 10, and another single quote. You'll notice that shows up over here in the corner. Well, now I have to do it over again, which is not a problem. 10 feet, comma, 10 feet. And I press enter. So now I have my base. We also want to make this 10 feet tall. So if I press P for push-pull, I can pull it up without holding my mouse button down, so it's just following my mouse. I can also type in 10 feet, press enter, and now I have my shed. On this, we're going to put a roof, a door with a trim around the outside, and on the back side, in the roof part, we'll put an arch window. To make our roof with a 45-degree slant, and no, we don't have to measure angles. We just have to go to the midpoint, raise it up 5 feet, a line, so there that is, and I'll bring a line down to the corner. I'll click that. Then I'll add another line to the other side. Anytime I close a triangle, or close anything that's on the same plane, it puts a surface. But we don't want this line in our surface, so I'll press E and erase that line. And of course, you know, to pause this and rewind and do anything you need to see something over again, or sometimes even play ahead to see what it's going to do, so you'll know what you're expected to accomplish. Okay, we're going to use a tool that this may not be the best use of it, but it's a good introduction, and that's the follow tool. So that's offset. There's follow. What I like to do when I use the follow me tool is I will select the tool so it's on top, because this tool takes 3 steps or 3 clicks to make it work. The first one is to choose the path to follow, and that's going to be this line. So I'll press spacebar to select. I'll select this line because I want my roof, this whole thing, this whole surface, follow this and fill this. Not go beyond it, not be short, but just fill it exact. Okay, so I selected the line, then I select the tool, and then I select the surface. And then I press spacebar. I'm going to do it over again because I want you to notice why yours messed up, if it did. So there's the line, there's a tool, I click on the surface, and if I move this anywhere else or click on any other line, oh, it didn't. Well, that's good. It did in the class for others. So that's one way to do it with the follow me tool, Control Z. But for this particular application and applications that are this simple, we can just use the push tool. But there's a problem with that. So if I click on the push tool and I push it out, this end has to land exactly on that corner, and I can zoom in and zoom in. It doesn't matter how much I zoom in, I can still never be certain it lands exactly on that corner, because when I zoom in again, it won't be there, unless I use inference and I move my tool, touch this line, and it knows to end on the edge. Okay, so that's done. I think we should save this. So we're going to call this shed. We'll put it in our OneDrive folder. And where's the name? Down here? Shed. S-H-E-D. Let's make it shed space 1. I found if I put a number with a space between the name and the number, it will automatically increment that number when I make versions of this. Okay, now we want to put a door in the front. The door needs to be 4 feet wide. Now this is a 10-foot wide base, so that would mean that there would be 3 feet on each side. So it's supposed to be a 4-foot wide door centered. Well, if I use the tape measure, T for tape measure, that's a quick way to do this. I can take that 10 feet less 4 leave 6, and that means 3 on each side, so 3 feet on this side, and 3 feet on this side, and it's supposed to be a 3-foot by 7-foot door. So I'm going to go to the bottom. I actually choose not to go on key points like middle. I like to go anywhere on the edge. Oh, and tape measure really gets confused if you do it from a corner. So do it from some edge. We'll pull it up and we'll just say 7 feet. Okay, now we have the outline for our door. Back to rectangle, and I'll just go from one corner to the other, and I have my door in place. E for eraser, and I'll just drag my mouse across these lines, and they'll disappear. Okay, we want to trim around this door of 4-inch wide around these 3 sides and raised by 1 inch. I won't be using rectangle. I'll be using the offset tool. Okay, you don't have to pre-select the offset tool for this, but it's sometimes handy. So I select offset. I'll click. Oh, here's a problem. You can't just select offset and click inside because you have 4 sides to your offset, and when you pull Control Z, when you pull your offset outside, you have stuff going below. So you have geometry you have to delete, and we don't want to create geometry that we don't need. So with spacebar, I'm going to select just the lines I want the offset to follow. I'll hold Shift key, and I'll select those 3 lines. Now I'll choose offset, click in this surface inside the 3 lines. There's my offset. I'll pull it out. I'll type 4, press enter, and that's done. Spacebar to go back to select, P for push-pull. I'll click on that surface, pull it out, type 1 and enter, and that's done. Let's take a peek and see if it's really, yep, that's done. Okay, let's go to the back. We want to put an arched window in the back. I want it to be have that same 4-inch trim all the way around it, so I want the base of the window to be 4 inches above. So I think I'll use my tape measure and put a line 4 inches above. It's supposed to be up there. There it is, 4. And so now I have the base. Now the way this arch works is it's a 2-point arch. Is I have a beginning, I have an end, and then I have the radius. Okay, so I can arbitrarily make it here, and I don't want you to do this. I'm just showing. Oh, I didn't click it. You have to click the end and then pull it up. Okay, so I need to determine where the beginning and the end is. Control Z, Control Y. There, got my line back. So I want my arch to have a radius of 2. So if it's a half circle and has a radius of 2, that means the width is 4. Well, if the width is 4, we have those same ruler lines that we can use. So T for tape measure. I'll pull it out that same 3 feet on both sides. And I think we're ready. So back to this 2-point arch. I'll click the beginning. I'll click on the end, and I think I can just press 2 feet, and it will fill in. So now my arch is in place. It's not complete because I haven't put a line across the bottom. So L line from here to here. Okay. Now we need to put trim around it. Before I do that, I think I'll get rid of my rulers by pressing E for eraser, and again just drag my mouse over the top of those ruler lines. They're gone. I'll go find the offset tool. There it is. Click the center. I did click the center, didn't I? It's confused. Drag it out. Once it's on the outside, I just type my 4, and there it is. Oh, the same thing with the other trim, where we want to pull it out with the push-pull tool. 1 inch. And let's change this surface. Spacebar. I want it to be like a window. We can find that over in materials. Is that materials? Yes. And in materials, we could use that, but let's go find something that has to do with windows. So we'll use the browse to see more, and glass and mirror. And let's use the one with clouds. Well, you can pick any one of these, I suppose. I pour it in there, and now I can see inside. Oh, I have a roof inside, but I don't want it. I want it to be open so I can see the door from this side. So how can I do that? Well, spacebar, select the window, and H for hide. Oh, that worked. Now I can select that roof or that line or that plane that's inside and delete it. So now I should be able to see the door through the window, and I can. How do you turn off hide? Well, I think that's going to be in view down here, and this one says unhide all. So it's back. Okay, so this is done. We'll save this and go back to the dashboard by clicking home. And on this, I want you to duplicate it. Make shed 2. Then begin to edit shed 2. And to finish this, the rest of the videos are online in my YouTube channel. So you'll find that at youtube.com/MGoeringVC. And then look for the playlists and look for SketchUp in the playlists, and you'll find the series for shed. And for our class, we want to go up through where it says shade and shadow. And hopefully you'll be able to get caught up by Monday because we're doing new things on Monday. All right, have a good weekend. We'll see you two next week.